action.
Welcome back to another episode of Kaptropik TV. For those who just tuned in, I go by the name of Bricktop Mastermind. One time for your mind, Bricktop to the top from the ground up. And I got my main man with me, Jay Guapo, no ego. Welcome to the show. And all the way from ATL, we got Ronnie TV. My news is your news is my news. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing, man? I think today, I
Fantastic,
think it's
fantastic.
episode, season one, episode 8 or 9. I'm not sure.
I think it's
Uh,
8.
Episode 8. So yeah, we had a good run. Thanks for you guys to tuning in again, man. And I will ask you guys to don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comments, interact with us, like exchange with us. If you need anything, we here. If you got any questions, So we got a great show today, man. Jay Guapo, man. So I'm excited, man. I stumble into information that I think that is going to resonate tonight.
True that. True that. I think it's a great show. Definitely. Uh, this is a topic that a lot of people have been asking us questions, sending us email about what's going on, what's the status. But I can finally say today that we got an update on the actual grant money for the Black Entrepreneurship Loan. And if you go on the website, it's this is nothing. It's not secret information. You go on the federal website, you'll see there's an announcement that says that I think in May they're going to start looking at application for companies. But right now, what they put together like a group of I would say organization that are here to help out young black entrepreneur. And there's those organizations. You can find them in different provinces in Canada: Halifax, Alberta, Toronto, Montreal. I haven't seen anything from Vancouver, BC, British Columbia, but I'm pretty sure also they're going to come up with their hub. And yeah, pretty much these organizations are here to help you out, to structure your business, to structure your ideas, and make sure that you get that loan. And we've been saying for so many times, do not get it twisted. It's a loan. Loan means you need to pay it back. So
Jay Guapo, how long does it take to get that loan? What are the steps? Like, let's say if my company, I've been doing business for the last 5 years. Uh, what are the process in order for me to get my loan right away? Do I need to go with the procedures where I need to still write off a business plan and go in front of a committee? I don't know. Like, I'm ready. Let's say I have my company since 5 years ago, and I'm ready to go, man.
well, this is a great question. Well, right now there is no information besides the date where they'll release more information about the steps, like you said, what we need to do, et cetera, et cetera. But there's also, I give you the website of the organization. All you need to do is to go on the contact page, you know, and then, yeah, like they say here, feel free to ask question. Whatever question you have, you can drop them an email. Stay in touch. Let them know that you exist. Let them know that you know about them. I think it's a great start. And then hopefully in the upcoming weeks, we'll be able to have more information.
Do they have a phone number, or it's by email that we
I
get in
think they do have
contact?
a phone number. If you look here, you see there's an email and there's a phone number. So get the phone number, call now, tell them Cape Tropic TV sent you to them, and they'll give you more information. I'm sure, you know. And also, if you want to know who to talk to, again on their website, you can see there's Tiffany, CEO. There's Louis Edgar, and yeah, these are pretty much the people that are going to be in charge of helping you out across Canada, I would say, but specifically within your province, you'll have to go through the different partners that you could see here. So that's it for me for the update, and hopefully you guys, if you have a more question, don't hesitate to give us a shout out, and then we'll try to help you out. But today's show is a great show. We have great topics. I want to say one more time, you guys always amaze me with your topics. I'm learning a whole lot, and I really thank you guys for this. And I'm hoping it's the same thing with our viewers. So viewers, if you agree with me, please leave a comment and tell us also what you would like to us to talk about. So now further ado, what we're going to do, we're going to go with Bricktop. Bricktop is going to give us some good information about an event that happened, and there is, but just little information on it. And yeah, Bricktop, let us know what your
Yeah,
topic.
well, first of all, I want to say that if anybody heard about the Black Wall Street, I'm not talking about the rapper Game who was rapping about the Black Wall Street with his record label, but the Black Wall Street. So it was a town in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a district called Greenwood. And, basically in 1921, a mob of more than 10,000 whites went into the Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Then back then it was the richest black neighborhood in the entire United States. Can I get some claps for that? This is, I think it's very important to understand the context where we're going with this. And hundreds of black residents were murdered in what became the deadliest massacre on American soil since the Civil War. Tulsa massacre is one of the most tragic, and it's also disturbing. And it was a racially uh, profiled, racially violenced in the U.S. history, but yet we don't really have information on what transpired, what really happened. We don't really know because we don't see it in school. They don't teach what happened like in our school curriculum. There's no Black history, so in the school curriculum. So therefore, you pretty much on your own. Thank God for the technology. Thank God for internet. The information is out there, so that's a good thing. So so today we're going to take a look into how a racist mob destroyed America's richest black neighborhood. Okay, so and so to put you guys into context, we're in the 1920s, and there was a boom in the oil industry. So that's why a lot of people decided to migrate to Tulsa, Oklahoma, because of the oil boom. Back then, the population was over 100,000, and a lot of the new residents were black. And by seeing that, a lot of white were concerned about letting black people into their neighborhoods. So they made a law. They passed a residential segregation ordinance that was done, to prevent black people from living in white neighborhoods, basically. So the blacks, took matter into their own hands and decided to build their own town called Greenwood. It was a very flourishing neighborhood, a district. They had two independent newspaper, and at that time they had the largest black-owned hotel in the country. So they had supermarkets, they had schools, they had banks. They were self-sufficient, because the government passed a law that stopped them from going to white neighborhoods. So, you know, that was the situation in the 1920s. And also, Booker T. Washington was so impressed with Greenwood, he called it the Negro Wall Street, well, the Black Wall Street. And right now, you have to know what really transpired. I'm just going to get the name, yeah. So, what really transpired is on May 31st, 1921, on an elevator, there was a kid, a 19-year-old kid called Dick Rowland, and he was accused of raping a white girl, a 17-year-old white girl, on the elevator. So apparently, he stepped on her shoe. She started to scream. Started to yell, and Dick Rowland saw it and started running. Because he knew that he was going to get lynched. And so when the cops came and enter and they asked question to the victim, and she didn't want to press charges, but that wasn't enough. So an angry mob were looking for Roland, and eventually the police had to arrest him. Even there was no complaint files against him. He got arrested. He got brought into court, and they had also a black retired army vet protecting the boy because they know he was going to get lynched. So when the whites saw that, that's what really escalate the situation. And so they decided to take planes and bomb hotels, put fire in the city. Hundreds of people died. Hundreds of black people died, and there were no repercussion. It took a judgment in 2001, and the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma, was found partially responsible for this massacre, and they had to pay reparation to the survivors or or the descendant. And we're in 2021. Nobody received a penny yet. You
Wow.
know, and it was an horrible massacre. The U.S. Army took time to they took time.
To
They
protect
let
them.
they let things escalated before they intervened. So there were a lot of lynching. They were burning houses. Basically, they burned the whole town. I don't know if you can show a picture. If you can show, if you go on Google, they destroyed the entire town. And so the blacks, they had nowhere to go. They had to flee. And on a later note, also, Dick Rowland left Tulsa and he escaped and left for Chicago. He wasn't caught, but you can see what happened to a city where it was the richest town in America, for the richest black town in America. So the government was involved, the police were involved, the newspaper were involved. Because you see, if you look back then at the news articles, they were saying that they had this big title, oh, one white guy died or two white guys died, and on the black side you had hundreds of people dying, and most of the people who got arrested for the riot, they were blacks and not white. So the blacks who were fighting for their lives, they ended up being arrested for disturbing the peace and burning their own businesses, basically.
But I have a question. I just want to understand what's going on. You said that there were planes dropping bombs on the city. How? Who has this type of artillery to fight
I
like that?
think they were planes from the First World War. So some, pilots, veterans, they had access to planes, and they went, they flew over the city and starting to, burning the town and dropping bombs, and it was the army veterans
Wow,
that
wow,
had
wow.
access, and the police, the mayor, everybody were against the blacks from Greenwood. So it was a conspiracy, and there's no mention. We don't know about this really what happened, and it's kind of put under the rug. And now we're trying to shed lights to see, well, this happened in 1921, and we're here today fighting the same issues. The systemic racism, it's everywhere, and it's a disease, and we have to fight it accordingly.
Yeah, it's deeply. You could say that it's deeply rooted in the in American history because 1921 we're having the same issue now, and I don't understand. They put you in a ghetto. I would say you make your ghetto shine. They're not happy. They destroy everything. So it's kind of yeah, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough, but yeah.
Yeah,
The first time I heard of Black Wall Street, it was with the game documentary, and I find it was a great concept. I right away I fell in love with it, and not knowing that it's actually something that happened.
yeah. Not knowing the real story behind it.
Yep.
Me, I was like, oh, Black Wall Street. It's a concept. There's the Wall Street, but now there's the Black Wall Street. But it was actually an area, a neighborhood where it was called the Black Wall Street because they had successful Black entrepreneurs in the
Mhm.
1920s.
So they're bombing kids. They didn't care. I'm sure a lot of kids died. Like for sure.
Of
Women,
course.
children,
Children.
basically they were homeless after this.
Yep.
The old city burnt down. So,
Yep.
you know,
This is a great piece. It's a great piece. So then again, you see, great topic. Hopefully now we have still the same issue, but at least they're not gonna just burn. Hopefully, they're not gonna burn our house or assets just like that. So now we're gonna move on. We're gonna go with. I don't know if you have anything to add, Bricktop.
well, the thing is, right now, they trying to rebuild Tulsa, the Greenwood. There's a few project they're trying to uplift, trying to have a memorial, and there's some people still living there. It's a rich in heritage, and they try to bring it back. So it's on the lookout, man. We're gonna follow to see what's going to happen.
Great, great. So let's move on with our correspondent from ATL, Ronnie TV.
Thank you again. Great topic, Brick Top. Great topic. I'm learning something new. Also, I was thinking it's just like Black Wall Street is just like something made up, you know.
Yeah,
But to come back of for Black History Month, uh, people saying, "Oh, it's," we always thinking it's assume it's always going to be there. It's always there, but there's people behind that. There's pioneer behind that who crafted that. Saying, "Hey, we're going to put Black History Month in February." So, in United States, we have to put a legacy, the legacy to Carter, Carter Wood's son. Carter Wood's son uh, was born into slave, and he used to work in a farmer, and so he decided in 1926 to make sure he was a like he wanted to study. He wanted to make sure black people know where they're coming. I mean, where they're from and where they're going. So that's what he wants to know. So he started the Negro Weeks in 1926 in Washington D.C. And after that, it was I can't say no more. It's February, the old February. Uh, why February? Because you remember Frederick Douglass. He wants to coincide is the birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president, and also Frederick Douglass, the abolitioner of
Abolitionist.
anti-slave
Yeah.
abolitionist, the anti-slave. Sorry for my Lexus. Uh, so he wants to make sure, it's a good way of saying, hey, you recognize to a pioneer of the, you know, slavery movement, anti-slavery movement, Abraham Lincoln, with his Declaration of Emancipation, and Frederick Douglass, who's always fighting for his people. And so this is why February, it's just to coincide for the two birthday, Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Remember that. And another legacy you have to remember is it's Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman, she was a slave. She also escaped from slave, and you know the story. She used to be a nurse, used to be a spy. She helped at least maybe this saying more than 70 people, but she helped people get out from that slavery. Man, she helped people to be more free, and this is something we gotta recognize because at that time, and she born in 1822, so in the era of civil war, so most likely we that's a legacy she left. She had a network of safe house, they call that. Like she had a network of white people also and black people, to hide others who wants to get out of slavery. She did that, with a big network, and that's why the movies about the Underground Railroad. So that's really a big legacy she left behind.
I got a question, Ronnie TV, about Abraham Lincoln. It's a good thing that you brought him up because conspiracy theorists would say he didn't really want to free the slave. He was fighting, the Southern Army. At that time, is the Southern Army who had all the money, the manpower. So that's why they wanted to free some slaves so they can fought the war. So, can you comment on that? See, like, what are your views on that?
But I read also, don't forget, he wrote the emancipation of, I mean, the declaration, the letter
Proclamation.
of emancipation. Yeah. So most likely he knew morally that was, you know, not good to enslave people. Don't forget also, people don't remember, they had white people slave too. So he had his own folks slave. So I think he was a genuine person, wanted to maybe use that as his own political gain, but for sure he didn't want to I know they saying South was economically because they had manpower, free manpower.
Yeah.
North was the Union, state had other ways to making money. But I think he recognized slavery is not good, was not good, and he used that. Maybe he used that more at his advantage. And look what happened to him.
And to
And
us, and to us too. It's because of him. You can't deny that.
that's correct. And they assassinated him in 1865. So just to let you know, he wasn't in good faith. He wanted to change the world. So
And
and
I have another question. If we go back with the girl that help out,
Harriet Tubman.
yeah, yeah. Thanks
Tubman.
for the name. how did she make it happen? Because I'm assuming you need some kind of money to help out, to bring, to buy boats, to bring them to network. How can, and it's only her. We only mention her. Like, who was her associates?
But like I said, she had a lot of, I mean, safe house connection. She had a lot of people helping her. Also, they didn't mention that, but uh, in that era, we didn't. She they had a network with people who wants to be free. Just like today, the Black Lives Matter movement. It's not only one person; it's all the community. She had a lot of, people behind her, and sometimes you got to put a leader in front. She's the leader, and also she's at that time. They're saying she was also church related. So most people from her church, she's a Methodist church.
I
So she
also
always
heard. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that she was injured also, and she was she started to see vision, and that's why she also went to church. She went more to the, yeah, because of an accident that happened to her, and she uses that to put her faith in God, I guess.
yeah, she grabbed that fate, and don't forget she used to work for as a spy for the Union Army, and with a rifle, with a gun. She used to be a nurse, so she
True,
did it
true,
all.
true
Ronnie
warrior.
TV, Ronnie TV. Where did this free slave went? Okay, so I understand you telling me that she had a network of safe houses, but where did they go? Because they were not safe in America if they stayed in America. So where did they go, like to be freed?
But that's a good question. But as you know, put it this way, South was confederate, and they went for slavery. So they went to those big city like New York. Those places were not really, they were slave, but not really hush hush like the South. And don't forget, in Canada, I don't know if you know, Nova Scotia,
Yes.
we end up having a lot of American, you know, free slave going there too.
Yeah, there
So
was a town called Africaville in Nova Scotia.
that, yes, indeed. So that's they had to go because the network saying, hey, go there. Just like you want to get a job, they know they hire black people. So that network saying, hey, you go to that route, take that, go there. Don't go to that city. It's no good. So that's the way she had her network, and she did a tremendous help a lot of people. So people saying they put numbers 70, 100, but I'm sure it's more than
Yeah, I
that.
think
More than
so. You're right. I think it's
But
more
I
than
I would say even if she would have saved one, that will be you change someone's life. So
yeah.
even if it's 70, I'm pretty sure it's more than that. But even if you can save one, that's something exceptional that she did. Like,
of course. So she really to come back again to follow up another legacy person uh,
yep.
close to us. It's she's a Canadian woman, Jean Augustine. Jean Augustine used to be a principal, and she's also she used to be a secretary parliament for Jean Chrétien in 1994 and 1960s. And she's also a person who helped. I don't know if you. She was one of the founder for the Caribana.
Oh,
So she's the one who motioned to legislate. I mean, to say, hey, let's recognize Caribbean people and get Toronto Caribana in 1967. She was Augustine. So, and also, what's good about her, because remember Carter Woodson, that's the one who's trying to push Black History for February. Her, she did that too. While on she was on you know while she's on
And all,
working on in the parliament, she
yeah.
decided to said, "Hey, let's put a lot to recognize February as a Black History Month," and they vote, and it was really successful because I think 305 votes. You all the people vote without no people against. So she's the one in
Okay.
Canada put that in motion. So you have to recognize her. She's from Grenada, and she's a force to be recognized in Canada. She went to University of Toronto, and she's also like PCCM. A lot of they call her l'honorable Jean Augustine. So
Well,
she's
she
really
still lives in Ontario province, or where she's at? What is she doing now? Like,
she's I believe uh, she used to be Furnace Commissioner of Ontario, but I think she's retired. But she's still in she's on the some committees. So she is really always. The last time I saw her, uh, the University of Toronto was doing graduation, and they invite her as a guest. So she was one of the guests for graduate student. The other one for the legacy, it's one someone who in Georgia. Uh, I don't know if you remember. There has an election. They had an election in Georgia with against Leffler and how you call that again, Kelly Loeffler, and for the Senate. So Raphael Warnock won the Senate. So he's the first black uh, Democrat, and don't forget Georgia is the it's it's the first black to win a
Confederate.
configurate state. So it's something to leave a legacy. And also remember, how could I say that is Martin Luther King old congregation Ebenezer, church. He used to be the preacher there. So I guess he said also he wants to be involved even if he's in the Senate. So some that's the legacy he left. So he's preacher to become Senate from the first congregate state configuration state. So that real is really a force to to recognize. He's he's putting some legacy, and he's going to leave some legacy behind him. That's why I want to mention Raphael Warnock. Remember that. So he won the election against Kelly Loeffler in the 2021 uh, Senate election. So
Oh,
he
that's very
went.
interesting, Ronnie TV.
But
Well, and I think these are, sometimes we don't really get information, and we don't even hear enough of these names, especially Jean Augustine. I had no idea we have to thank her for Caravana.
Yeah, not only Caribana, but remember the motion she's to recognize you know Black History in February. She put the motion and the Parliament a request to recognize that. And
also, you have.
now,
Okay, go. Sorry.
no, go.
Well, you guys were asking what is she doing now? Is she still part of the parliament or the office? She actually now is involved in. She's got a center, Jean Augustine Center for Young Woman Empowerment. So right now, that's what she's doing.
Yeah,
So
she was also the Minister of for Women, I believe, in 2002 and 2004. She was really involved, and it's something you have to recognize. In Canada, we have some people who's putting the legacy, especially.
Great, great. You guys, again, man, you guys come up with a really great topics. I'm hoping that the viewers are enjoying these topics. If not, send us comments. Tell us what you would like us to talk about. We'll gladly do so.
Yeah,
So,
and don't forget to subscribe to the channel too. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. And if like Jay Guapo said, if you have a subject at heart you would like to discuss, or if you want us to go back to some previous episode that we did that we discussed certain issues, well, feel free to do so. You know what I mean? It's Kaptropik TV. We're here for the Black entrepreneurs, and we want to put Black business forward. Do we have a commercial, Jay Guapo, so we can show? Do we have another commercial? What we have in store right now?
yes, we do. We have another commercial. We have an old one that we already saw. We have a new one. It's in French. This one, it's kind of like a piece that we did for this great idea of this woman, this black woman entrepreneur. Really great idea. It's a courtesy of Lily TV. It's in French. For all of you guys that don't know, Canada is a bilingual country. All,
We got two official languages here, French and English. Don't forget.
So this one is in French. So if you guys do not understand French, I guess you can send us an email, and we're gonna translate that word for word for word. All right. So let's listen to this piece.
Mon nom est Félicité Victor, je suis la propriétaire d'Espace Chez Soi et vous regardez présentement Kaptropik TV. Espace Chez Soi est une entreprise qui offre des soins à domicile, donc tout ce qui est la manicure, la pédicure, soins du visage et la massothérapie. Donc oui, c'est au lieu du client, mais ça peut être aussi au lieu de travail. Nos procédures pendant le COVID, c'est les mêmes qu'on voit dans les salons. Donc, c'est sûr que la désinfection est primordiale, la stérilisation aussi, le port du masque, la visière et le nettoyage des mains, le port des gants.
So yes, spa chez soi, a great idea.
Yeah. So basically, they can come to your home and offer the services like massage, like a masseuse, or where you work at. So basically, you check them out. It's a professional team. We support. Uh, the one thing I want to mention also, not because you're black, automatically we're gonna, we're gonna push you, but you have to also be professional. It's one thing to be black, but it's another thing also to offer a good service and to be professional. And this company, I think they got it all, man. They really doing a great job.
That's a great point. You need to you need to do the work. For us anyway, for us we have to hear about you. So if we do not hear about you, you're not doing the work. And if you do the work, even if it's word of mouth, we're gonna come get you. We're gonna ask you for an interview. So I guess we could go also with the commercial sponsors. I mean, with Longueuil Cosmetic. Again, if you need anything beauty related, check out Longueuil Cosmetic. Check out also Lily TV.
So summer is coming, so ladies, I know how you like to pamper yourself. So check out Longueuil Cosmetics. They have like Brazilian hair. They do eyebrows. Like they do a lot of stuff, man. Just check them out. You can call. There's a number you can call. You can have an appointment. So now slowly, the confinement is loosen up a bit. Summertime is on the way, so it's going to be all fun and game.
Are they coming to your house or they have a physical place?
They have a physical place, but I also think they can come to your house as well. I'm not sure, but again, this is something you can ask.
Are you talking to about Longue Cosmetic, or are you talking about the piece that we just saw, like the spa?
The spa.
Yeah, the spa. Yeah. I think they can go in your business. They can go to your home, and I think they have a place of business as well, like Jay Guapo said. So
Mhm.
so it's however you want it, man.
So yeah, let's check out. Let's hear from our sponsors. Another great piece. So
Yo, yo.
yeah, the one I have something that I want to tell you guys, girls, I guess, or even guys, I would say. She Longest Cosmetic said they guarantee they got a special thing. They guarantee you're gonna lose some weight. If you want to know more, you're gonna DM us. We'll let you know exactly how you can make it
Oh,
happen.
really? So you won't have to go to the gym, and you can just poof
Well, yeah, you could do you yeah,
shed some weights off.
on and off, exactly. Well, I won't tell you anything right now because I don't want to kill their business. But they say that they have like some tools actually, so you could lose that extra loving care.
Wow, interesting, man. That's good, man. Wow.
So we're gonna wrap it up. This for today's episode. Again, it's the last episode, by the way. We're gonna come up with pop up news. This is gonna be a new money, new style. Can you tell us, Bricktop, what some of the topics we could talk about?
For well, pop-up news basically is the news that you see, like the current news, any event, special events that's happening, that we're going to cover it, which that could be domestic or on an international level, news that affects us on a daily basis, and also entertainment. We're going to talk about movies. I don't know if you guys watch Coming to America 2. I was a bit nostalgic because I remember the first one. I watched the first one, and then I watched the new one, and I like the way how he kept uh, the same cast. Me, you could see that the same people from the first one came back. So this is
Continuity.
nice. Yes, continuity. That's it. So that these are topics that we're gonna shed lights. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna exchange, and to stay tuned, man, because we working. And if you sleep, like Nas said, sleep is the causes of death. So we stay up and to bring you new concept, new shows, and try to bring you a variety of different topics so you can enjoy.
Great. What about you, Ronnie TV? Anything else you had to
But
add before we finish?
pop-up news, it said it all. Pop-up news. So people who's got their smartphone, sometimes something gonna pop up in your face that hey, and then you're gonna talk about that. So this is it. Pop-up news is uh, you know politics, music, current affair, jobs, and COVID, health and financial. So this is what it is, pop-up news. So it's everything you want to know and you don't want to know. So this is what we're going to give that to you. We're going to go and dig to see what is it really. Give you that news and a smooth way, not a fancy word, like a pop-up news. This is keep trolling us and make sure you follow and you listen. Sometimes we got like the money the money thing, the black entrepreneur. So be on the lookout. We're gonna have that for sure. They're gonna dissect that and to make sure where to get that money, and they give a good date. May. He said, is it on May? It's coming. They start,
Yeah,
you see?
May. So
And go and also the show is going to be more recurrent because it's pop-up news, so we're trying to stay active in what's happening right now, so we can give you guys our opinion, our views on the topic, and so we can exchange and discuss.
yeah, and it's going to be a live show, right? It's going to be different from Kaptropik TV.
Live
It's going to be a
streaming.
live streaming. So make sure you tune in live. Of course, it's going to be a recorded version, but try to get live. So the key of this show is to chat with y'all, to talk and exchange and grow,
Yeah.
and also just to summarize the everything. Our job us is to make it easier for you to get the information. We're not expert. We don't know everything, but when we know something, we're gonna make sure that we give you guys the
Spread
information.
that.
Exactly. So thank you guys, and
Thank you guys.
don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next video.
Pop up news.
Okay.